Hello, this is Solomon Davis, Right Side Trader. Today is June 30th, 2023, and this is my weekly market review where I'm reviewing the S&P 500 on a quarterly chart, monthly chart, weekly chart, and a daily chart. This is all for educational purposes only, no trade recommendations here, just my view of the market and what's happening here at this time. If you're interested in trading, please get educated. Please check with your financial advisor. Please check with your significant other and see if trading is actually something that's suitable for you. Let's jump right over here to the charts. Let's take a quick look at the big picture, all four charts. We can see that this market is in an up pattern here for the past few weeks, past couple of months. As you can see on the weekly chart, on the monthly chart, that the market did break out of this little area where it was going, kind of had a top that was established and started going higher. And on the quarterly chart, we can see that we are going higher. On the weekly chart here, right quick, we can see that at the end we had a bearish Harami last week. This week we got a bullish engulfing. Let's go ahead and take a zoom in a little bit more here and take a closer look at each one of these and wrap this on up. Here on the quarterly chart, we're above the 10. We finally got above the 10 this quarter, and we stayed above the 10. We're actually closing near the high for the quarter. Haven't quite reached that R1 level, that yearly R1 pivot. So once we start getting a little bit more close to that, I would be looking at tightening up any stops, selling even more calls at that point. Plus, we have this red candle over here, which is also causing some headwind, and this market is going to be actually slowing down a little bit. But we do have some room to actually reach that top, so we got to just kind of wait and see. But I still see the SPY as being bullish since we are above the 10. But let's go ahead and take a quick look at the monthly chart right quick here. Low style monthly, and zoom in here a little bit where you can see this is a pretty big month here. It finally, once it did break out of here, it took a couple of weeks to get there. It finally got above this high right here. We're getting the close above here for the month. We still have these tops over here. We're actually above an R2 level on the quarterly pivots. We've been above the 10, moving average. This thing has been bullish and all I see. And our stochastic down here at the bottom is still not quite to the top. That's why I can see, in my opinion, this market still has a little bit more room to the upside before we really start getting some slamming down towards the downside and want to sell those tops. Every time you see a pop, you want to sell it. Right now, I'm not in that position. Every top, I want to sell it right now. I'm not there. Actually, no, we don't need to go there. But let's go ahead and take a look at the weekly chart and see what we see there. And as is, let me, I don't know why I'm struggling here. Weekly chart. This weekly chart. On the weekly chart, this is where we can see our stochastic is still hanging out at the top, even though last week we had a bearish Harami pattern actually forming in the market. It was in the right location and everything. But as we can see, come in the week, this thing all it did is R2 level on these pivots, these monthly pivots, ended up acting as support, and this market just went higher to an R3 level on monthly pivots at the end of the month. You very seldom see this here actually happens and all, but now that we're here and then now we're going into a new month, we're going to be above pivot. So one of my rules is above pivot, stay above pivot. To think that this market is going to go higher just based on what I'm seeing on the chart. That's all it is. It's just what I see. So let's go ahead and take a quick look at the weekly chart and see what we see there. And here on the weekly chart is where it's also supporting a higher move on the SPY. I'm looking at this top up here. I don't know why. Let me see. Let me do this right quick. Drawing tools. And right here. I'm looking at this top up here. You can almost say this range here. Let me see if I can draw it all the way to there. I'm looking for the market to maybe have going to run into some headwind once it gets to this level. It's already broke a lot of this. It's in that headwind already, but it's going to pick up more. The stochastic is already at the top, but the pattern on the chart itself is a bullish pattern. Let me zoom in here so make sure you can see what I'm seeing. Last week, like I said, we had a bearish pattern. This week we got a bullish pattern with a close above an R3 level. So let's just see what's going to happen in the coming week, next week. Let's take a quick look at the, I do it like that, at the daily chart and wrap this on up. Low daily. Daily. And zoom in here. And let me, what did I just do? Daily chart. Yep. So you can see this level and how much room we do have to go. Like I said on the daily chart, you can even see on the daily chart on these weekly pivots let you know what I got here. We had a close above that. I know that caused a lot of problems, today, because people usually like selling, their call spreads above that point. At that point, expecting the market to close below there, and it ended up today closing above that point. That's why I did something a little bit different. That's all I can say. I didn't want to sell that call side. I sold the put side. That's all. It just didn't. For me, seeing a market gapping like this, gapping at a top, is kind of like an amateur gap. And I'll usually gapping already going up and then gapping in that direction. So that's why I'll say be a little cautious maybe next week, and let's see what happens. But next week we're going to be opening above pivot. I expect it to go higher, but it might just go a little bit higher and get some problems, because it's going to be at 4,500. And see, once it hits 4,500, a big round number, maybe we'll get a nice little pullback at that time. Other than that, I see this thing doing nothing but going higher. And that's all I really want to share at this time. This is Solomon, Right Side Trader. Hope you guys had a great week. Hope you guys have a great weekend, and happy 4th to you guys in the United States. Talk to you later.